Now at 6, Kansas Governor Laura Kelly announces plans to expand child care access. Plus, we look at employer-provided child care in Southwest Missouri, and the Missouri Southern football coach talks about the upcoming matchup against Emporia State.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
We're following some breaking news tonight out of Pineville, Missouri. Pineville police are investigating after a missing child from Idaho was reportedly spotted there. This is KOAM News at 6. The child's name is Michael Joseph Vaughn. He's a 7-year-old boy from Fruitland, Idaho. This is his picture. According to the Fruitland Police Department, Michael disappeared in July of 2021. If you have any information about this child, you are asked to contact police. Again, he might be in the area. Let's check in with Doug Hetty for a first look at the
Well, of course, we had a very cold start. Temperatures all the way down near 20 degrees during the morning hours, so record lows, and then quite a bit of sunshine throughout the daytime hours. We are getting some mid and upper level clouds which are streaming in, but in general, it's a pretty good evening. It's going to be another chilly evening across the region. Temperatures right now 55 in Fort Scott. We're at 59 Independence, Pittsburgh 55 in Miami. Anderson 54. Nevada is sitting at 54 degrees. So here in about an hour, we're going to be down to 50, 42 by midnight, 38 at 6 a.m., overnight low at 37. So still cold, but we're going to stay above freezing. At least our temperatures are moderating just a bit. A big warm up as we head through the next few days. Weekend looks pretty good. We do have a pretty big storm system on Monday, so we're going to break that down for you here in just a bit.
See you then. Governor Laura Kelly and the Kansas Department of Health and Environment announced proposed changes to child care regulations that would expand care options all across the state. This would help Southeast Kansas, where conversations are already underway on how to improve access. KOAM Shagun Bamidele has more.
As the calls for accessible and affordable child care continues, Kansas Governor Laura Kelly announced proposed changes to child care regulations. The suggested changes will allow licensed home providers increase the number of children they care for if certain safety conditions are met.
I think it's wonderful that the government is trying to increase the number of slots of child care and improve it. That Crawford County in particular really needs some more child care slots to be available.
Hoffman works at Pittsburgh Community Child Care Learning Center. She says daycare benefits children socially.
Gives the children a chance to interact socially, learn appropriate ways to interact with their friends, and learn and follow directions from a person other than their parents, and just prepare them for school.
She tells me expansion could make childcare more affordable.
People are having a hard time making ends meet, so I think that'll be good if it's more affordable and more available. So, because some families are having a hard time finding a job because they don't have childcare.
One Crawford County mother says she couldn't find childcare for her son for a year and a half.
There was just none available in Pittsburgh, so I worked night shift, my husband worked day shift, and we kind of just switched back and forth to make sure that our kids had what they needed.
In Crawford, Shagun Bamidele, KOAM News.
An informational meeting for licensed home providers will be held in an online-only format on Monday from 6 to 7 p.m. You can find out how to join that meeting on our website. Of course, that's KOAMnewsnow.com. Today, we wrap up our series on the Child Care Challenge in Southwest Missouri. KOAM's Jalen Banks looks at the advantages of employers providing child care for the children of employees.
Child care in Southwest Missouri is already hard to come by. What's even more rare is child care being provided by your employer. Freeman Health System is Joplin's largest employer with over 3,000 employees. And with the Freeman Learning Center, they're able to provide child care to their employees.
I feel extremely fortunate to work for an employer that provides a child care program. With that, I'm able to go to work and really focus on what needs to be done, knowing that my child is cared for by the absolute best right here on campus.
The organization finds ways around the unpredictable schedules of healthcare workers.
We do a weekly rate and a daily rate because our nurses and doctors, their schedules can be 12-hour shifts. They could be three 12 hours or whatever the case may be. So we try to accommodate all the parents that we can.
Freeman says that the child care option has helped in hiring and retaining nurses especially. MSSU, another large employer for the area, does not provide child care for their employees, but still aids them.
A more flexible schedule, either during the week or with hours during the day, and also just being supportive of parents who are taking care of children.
Slavings is a mother of two and says it would have been hard without the support.
That would have been extremely difficult, and so having an employer who is very understanding and listens to the needs of their employees and the employees' families was.
Yeah, Dow, over the last several weeks, been working on this project. One thing that I found on childcareaware.org is that there are 82% of counties in Missouri that are considered childcare deserts.
That's startling. And I know you have some personal experience with this issue as the father of a young daughter yourself. This hits home.
Yeah, I've got a daughter named Ella, and just during our time trying to find childcare, we face a lot of those same issues, long waiting lists, high prices in childcare, just things of that nature. And hopefully the panel being held next week, we'll be able to find some solutions.
Very good. Thanks, Jalen.
All right, thank you.
Some more on that meeting. The Alliance of Southwest Missouri is going to host that panel with professionals discussing child care within Southwest Missouri. That's going to be tomorrow. That'll be at the Joplin Advanced Training and Technology Building from 6:30 to 8 p.m. A judge sentences a Joplin man to prison for arson. Ronald Deloney pleaded guilty to second-degree arson. Authorities say last November, Deloney lit a piece of paper on fire and threw it near a house on West 3rd Street in Joplin, setting the house on fire. Deloney is sentenced to 5 years in prison and 5 years of supervised probation. Authorities in Kansas City, Missouri say multiple students and adults have been taken to the hospital this morning after a carbon monoxide leak was reported at Longfellow Elementary School. The Kansas City Fire Department says students complained of not feeling well, and first responders noted carbon monoxide levels were present. Several people were treated, and 6 students and 2 adults were taken to the hospital for further evaluation.
Most of our families have been able to come by and pick up their kids. However, the families that still need some child care support this afternoon, their kids are safe, they're being monitored. We have the medical director on scene. We have a physician that is monitoring kids for symptoms. We're feeding them lunch. We're getting them winter coats because a lot of them left all of their things in their classrooms. But we're just trying to take care of them the best we can.
Apologies for those audio problems. Officials say other students were taken to Manual Career Technical Center for parental pickup or to continue their studies for the remainder of the day. Coming up, Kansas Senator Jerry Moran makes a stop in southeast Kansas to discuss a new federal grant to increase cancer screenings in the area. Plus, the Joplin Police Department and Joplin Schools partner with MoDOT in an effort to keep drivers safe. Kansas Senator Jerry Moran today announced a federal grant to increase cancer screenings for southeast Kansans. The $500,000 grant is a part of a partnership between the University of Kansas Cancer Center and Community Health Center of Southeast Kansas. Increasing cancer screenings is a big step for smaller cities such as Pittsburgh.
We had to tell a good story. Unfortunately, Southeast Kansas' story of cancer is not a good one. We die younger. Our cancer is detected later, and so our chances of survival are not as good as if you live in the big city.
The announcement was made at the Community Health Center of Southeast Kansas. Buckle up, phone down. That's the message that the Missouri Department of Transportation is sending to drivers. The Joplin Police Department, along with Joplin Schools, are teaming up with MoDOT to keep drivers safe on the road. This Friday is the official Buckle Up, Phone Down campaign day. But the JPD says they're always on the lookout for drivers who are not buckled up or who are texting while driving.
Our traffic officers will be out there doing their normal as far as looking for traffic violations and trying to help people with remembering the appropriate way to drive and safety aspects, and they'll just be looking to remind people.
According to MoDOT, buckling your seatbelt and putting down your cell phone are 2 of the most impactful actions a person can take to be safe while driving. Students seeking jobs and internships turned out today for Pitt State's Fall Career Fair. The fair was open to all students from all majors and classifications. It provides students a chance to network with employers and learn more about opportunities available in their fields of interest. The fair targets learning opportunities from summer employment at camps to internships and full-time professional positions.
So mostly we want students to be able to learn how to network, to talk with employers, to build that networking opportunities for themselves. We want them to be able to learn that a resume is important and whenever you're connecting with these employers.
Hundreds of people attended that fair. A little bit later, we're going to hear from the Lions head coach, Atiba Bradley, on this weekend's matchup against Emporia State.
Plus, temperatures starting to warm back up over the next few days. We're going to look at that coming up next. Well, it turned out to be a decent day for us today. Warmer, plenty of sunshine throughout the daytime hours after record lows this morning. And now it is, we're on the upward trend of the temperatures. Lander Chevrolet, Tower Camp, southeast side of the city, it's dry. We do have some mid and upper level clouds out there, which we are going to see throughout the evening hours. But look at these temps. We should still be topping out upper 60s to right around 70. Only in the upper 40s yesterday, down near 20 this morning. But we did get mid to upper 50s for us yesterday, which is good. In our 24-hour temperature change, you can tell we're warming up anywhere from 10 to 15 degrees warmer right now compared to this time last night. But it was a cold start. Look at these lows, upper teens to near 20. We warmed through the 20s, 30s, 40s, into the mid 50s. And we're sitting at 52 in Stockton, Monette at 50. Grand Lake 55, Veneta 56, Pittsburgh 54, Coffeyville almost 60 degrees. But all the cold air, at least the brunt of it, you can see on the eastern third of the country, starting to spread east. And look at the warmer temperatures in the western plains. So that is heading toward us as we go through the next couple days. Currently 56, pretty much calm winds. Humidity's bone dry at 18%. Through the rest of the evening, we drop back through the 50s, 43 by midnight, 38 at 6 a.m. So it's still cold. We drop down to 37, just not as cold as what we have seen over the past couple days. All right, so we have these mid and upper level clouds streaming through. These are going to be out there over the next couple hours, and then we'll break out and see clear skies later on tonight. But if you look out west, really nothing going on. So that is our weather for at least the next 3 or 4 days, and then things will start to pick up just a bit. So we warm out of the 30s in the morning hours. Look at this, 63 by noon, up 72 by 5 p.m. That should be our high. So let's go ahead and step through the next 48 hours for you. You can see everybody drops back upper 30s to near 40. We warm up through the morning hours. Look at the winds. We start to get southerly winds back. It looks like by the time we get into, let's say, the noon hour, most of us are going to be near 60, southwesterly winds. As we get into the afternoon, temperature's great, lower 70s, anywhere from 73 in Stockton, Miami 73, 75 in Chanute, so actually a little warmer than where we should be for this time of the year. Tomorrow night, not as chilly, upper 40s, overnight lows, and then Friday, overall looks pretty good. We are going to have some clouds, but look at our temps, high temps near 80 by the time we head into Friday afternoon. Saturday, near 80 degrees. Sunday, near 80 degrees. Now, Sunday night into Monday morning, showers, even some thunderstorms start to erupt. This should be a widespread rain with moderate, maybe even heavy amounts of rain, which we greatly need. So we're going to be focusing on that over the next few days. 72 tomorrow, 80 Friday, 80 Saturday, 70 on Monday. Then we cool back down next week behind our Monday system. Another chance for rain next Friday. So at least we're getting some rain in the forecast, which is something we haven't seen much of.
Yeah, not enough, but at least there's some in the forecast.
Yeah, absolutely.
And winter, for the moment, is behind us again.
Yes.
Thanks, Todd. Jacob here now. Sports big night tonight for the McDonald County softball team.
Yeah, the Mustangs on the field right now in the Class 4 state quarterfinals. We're going to check in on that. Plus, the Missouri Southern Lions prepare for a tough test at home against Emporia State. We'll hear from the Lions after the break. The McDonald County Mustangs are still alive for a state championship this fall. The Mustangs hit the field this afternoon in the Class 4 state softball quarterfinals facing the Kearney Bulldogs. Now, the winner of this one moves on to the Final Four next week in Springfield. And right now, it's a good one, but McDonald County trails at 5-4 in the top of the 6th inning. The Missouri Southern Lions are 4-3 in their first 7 games of the season. Now, this Saturday, the Lions return home with a tough one, hosting the Emporia State Hornets. And Danny Terzer is in Joplin and has more from the Lions on Saturday's game.
Tough task this week. The Emporia State offense is quite the handful. Quarterback Braden Gleason leads the league in passing yards. He's averaging 300 per game.
We got to get our offense going and getting them to sustain some drives, and that way keep them on the sideline, keep them on the benches, and then limit the amount of possessions they have. O-line and tight ends, we got to do a great job covering up the first 2 levels. When we do that, we know that Glades will make the 3rd level miss, and there's not a lot of safeties in this league that can tackle him one-on-one. And so if we can get those guys covered up, we'll like what we see.
Nathan Glades has been a reliable weapon for the Lions all season long. Through 7 weeks, he has 4 games with over 100 yards. Saturday's game kicks off at 2 p.m. right here at Fred G. Hughes Stadium. In Joplin, Danny Terzer, KOAM Sports.
Thanks, Danny. Emporia State narrowly leads the all-time series with Southern 24-22, but the Hornets have won 9 straight against the Lions heading into Saturday. At the high school level, we got a few local teams playing for district championships on Friday night. The Frontenac Raiders have a chance to claim the 3A District 1 title at home against CNC rival Galena. Now, both of these teams are 5-2 overall this season, and both are 3-0 in district play. Now, the Raiders have won 3 straight games, including a comeback win over Parsons last Friday. Their last loss was a 35-0 home loss to Girard all the way back in Week 4. A loss that got the team's attention and was a turning point in their season.
After that Girard game, we all kind of had our heads down, just kind of disappointed in how we played that night. But we had a great week of practice against Columbus, and we try to start a whole new season 0-0. Ever since that, we played with a lot of confidence. We played more physical, played faster, and kids started to believe and started playing with each other.
That week after that game, we all stepped it up, everybody, special teams, defense, offense, and we just clicked. That's really what happened.
I love when we get down to this point in the football season. We've got 2 hot teams right there in Frontenac and Galena. These games, playoffs are coming, starting to mean something.
They all matter, but it seems like they matter more now. We'll be right back. Take some time now to honor a local veteran. Cheyenne Navarro joined the U.S. Navy in 2003. The Joplin native established a safe ride program for squadrons on Naval Air Station North Island. We're proud to salute Petty Officer First Class Cheyenne Navarro, a 4-state hero. You can learn about lots of other heroes from all across this area. You can also submit a hero of your own anytime. Why not do that right now? Just go to our website, it's KOAMnewsnow.com. Here's a look at what's coming up on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. How a local organization is taking part in Domestic Violence Awareness Month. Plus, the IRS is making changes to tax brackets that could let you keep more of your money come tax time. And more luxury cars are getting an electric makeover. Those stories, a lot more tonight. KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. It was nice to be a bit warmer today, Doug.
Yeah, we are heading in the right direction. Still chilly tonight, but we stay above freezing. Upper 30, 72 tomorrow, up to 80 on Friday, 80 Saturday, 81 Sunday. Rain chances, actually showers and thunderstorms in the forecast for Monday, which we need.
Final sports note.
Episode 8 of our Pigskin podcast is out right now. We had an interview with Colgan head coach Sean Seamatter. Also talked to Seneca's head coach, Chanute's head coach on trying to finish off perfect regular seasons this week. Bunch of good stuff on there. Just check it out on our website.
There's been a lot of good stuff on every one of these podcasts. We'll see you at 10. Let's make it a great evening.